All right. So
Okay.
welcome. This is our Welcome to Shulcloud webinar, where we'll kind of go over what Shulcloud is and then also how you can get started using it.
Yeah,
I can, oh, I guess
there
I
we go. All right, so quick overview. Oh, good. We've got someone else joining us too. So I'll stammer a little on this slide. So Shulcloud is really a complete software package designed for synagogues. Shulcloud has financial tools. Shulcloud has event scheduling and registration, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. Shulcloud is actually our website software, so that everything that you see today is integrated as part of our website, and you're going to see some connections to event information and financial information that's part of the website. It's also a membership management system. That's the main thing we're going to be talking about today. Shulcloud is replacing our previous member database, MM2000, which, as the name suggests, was about 25 years old. Not exactly top of the line technology anymore, and never really had been. So Shulcloud gives, the big change in Shulcloud is that Shulcloud gives you the ability to edit your own member information. So you're going to be able to go in, set up your account is going to carry over whatever was in MM2000, kind of. Please check it. It was a little idiosyncratic. And you'll be able to change your address on your own, decide what information to share about your children on your own, and you're also going to have the ability to deal with a lot of your financial transactions and to sign up for events through Shulcloud.
Great. So first thing you need to know, of course, is how to log into Shulcloud and actually access your account. So if you go to the home page of our website, which is shown here in the screenshot, click the button that says Login at the top right of the screen, and that will drop down a little menu where you can input email, and then it will have a line for password. And underneath that, we'll have a button that says Forgot Password. So even though this is your first time logging in, just the way the system works, you actually have to click Forgot Password. And then you will get an email sent to you that will look something like this. And if you follow the reset your password link in that email, you'll be able to then create your password for your account. The email will look like this. It will come from info@roadfay.org, so you don't need to be on the lookout for like a weird Shulcloud email. It will actually just come from the synagogue, so hopefully it won't get lost in your trash. So if you click this link, it will take you to this page. In this screenshot, I have already successfully changed the password. Once you do that and you get this notice, you'll automatically be logged in. You won't have to then input the password again. And then once you're logged in, let me, if you go back up to the top right corner, you'll see instead of login, it will say welcome and then your name. And if you click on my account, it will take you to your account page, which looks like this. And your account page is made up of these tiles. Each tile is clickable. And so we're just going to go through each tile one by one and show you what they do. All right, your first tile is your My Transactions tile. From this tile, you can check if you have an outstanding balance on your account. You can also view any transactions that have happened on your account, charges and payments. You can also make a payment from this account. So if you have a balance, it will be shown here. This person does not. Underneath that, there's this button that says Submit a Payment. If you click Submit a Payment, it will take you to the online payment page on our website. If you don't have a balance, you can still make a payment. For example, if you want to make a donation, or if you know Trim is coming up and you want to pay some of that, even if the balance hasn't shown up in your account yet. If you look here, you'll see some transactions. It will show the most recent transactions. I think it goes back like a month. I'm not sure exactly how far back those recent transactions go, but you'll only see ones that have happened recently. If you want to view something further back, you can just click on View All Transactions, and you'll be able to see a list of all transactions that have been made or charged to your account. Okay, next is payment methods. So with Shulcloud, you can actually save payment methods to your account. This is useful just for ease. for convenience, but also if you want to add like a recurring payment or a payment plan, you'll need to add a payment method. So the way you do that is click on the My Payment Method tile. You'll click Add a New Payment Method, and then you can choose to either add a credit card or ACH, which is like adding a direct link to your
It's basically like an electronic check is the way Veronica tells us to explain it.
Yeah.
Debit from your bank account.
Checking account. I wanted to say credit account. I was like, that's not a thing. To your checking account. So you can pick which one. Click Add Card to this gateway, and then you'll go to a page where you can put in your information, and then it will be, and then hit Save. You'll have to hit Save Payment Method, and it will be saved to your account. And then you can use that payment method without having to re-put it in every time. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to ask. Next is, you'll see my recurring payments tile. From the recurring payments tile, you can view any recurring payments that you have set up. You cannot set up recurring payments from that tile. So the way you would set up a recurring payment is you would go to our online payments page, which you can reach once again from either the Submit a Payment button in that first tile, or from the Donate heading from the home page of the website. You can then, when you go to create a payment, you will get an option to either pay once now or to set up a recurring payment. So if you choose that, you'll say who you're paying as, what it's for, the amount that you're paying, and then how often you want to pay the account. So in this example, it's 5 payments, 20 cents, but you can choose 4 payments, 3 payments, 12 payments. You can choose how often those payments happen, every 2 months, every month, every 6 months, and you can choose when that payment starts. So for example, you could choose to make your Truma payment in 12 payments, paid every month for 1 year. You can also choose to set up recurring payments that will be paid indefinitely, that don't have an end date. And that would be, for example, if you decided you wanted to donate a certain amount every month and you don't have, for not a certain period of time, just every month in perpetuity, and you can choose to, that it's an indefinite number of payments.
It looked like Irene had a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to ask you, what are the differences between this icon and the previous one? Because you mentioned the example of a donation for the previous one, but also for this one.
And that's a good point. All of our financial transactions actually go through the same payment gateway. And that's why you get to the same screen if you click on the donate button or if you click on the online payments tile. We only use a single financial gateway. And you'll notice on our website, we don't actually have a finances or pay my bill thing to click. We only have donate, and all of our financial transactions go through that donate button. And the reasons for that are long and complicated and have to do with people's senses of propriety. But know that you can pay your bills through that screen, even though it's set up through the donate button.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so now we're on to the My Profile page, which you can think of as the All About Me section. So when you click on the My Profile button, you're going to get several tabs. The most important is the first, I would say, 2 tabs. The first one is Personal, where you put in the information about you. It will have your login email, and you can change your password there if you want to. That's where you see the password and confirm password. And then you'll put in your name. You can choose your title. So if you want to be called Dr. or Mr., I do believe Grand Supreme High Poobah is not a choice, but we could submit that to Shulcloud as a possibility. And that's what you can just choose if you want to be Bob or Robert or however you like your name to appear. This is where you'll go through and put in your Hebrew name. If you want to, when you click on Hebrew name, a Hebrew keyboard will pop up for you to use. Again, that's optional, but you can put that in there, and you can put in affiliations, whether you're a Kohen or a Levi, if that's important to you, those kinds of things. You can select, if you can select gender, we will select the roles that you have, but those will show up for you. Basically, the roles say what parts of Shulcloud you have access to. That's the same for most people. If you are a board member or if you are on specific committees, you might have a few more roles than some other people do. Okay, so the second tab that you'll want to click on is the contact info tab, which is where you can put your new phone number, social media, and you can also, once we start using Shulcloud for our email subscriptions, you'll be able to edit how it is that you get information from the synagogue. We don't do a lot of that right now. We're mostly still using a program called Constant Contact, but we'll be moving into Shulcloud over time. Okay. Please check your phone number and please check your email address to be sure that we have ones that you currently use. In fact, we should have mentioned this when logging in, but the email address you used 10 years ago might be the one that we have in the 2000 database rather than your favorite email address today. So if the first email address doesn't work, think a little creatively or contact the office if you're not sure what email you should use to log in. Okay. Very important, whenever you make changes on a tab, be sure to click the Save Changes to Person at the bottom. That commits the changes to the database if you want me to get all nerdy on you, or says, yeah, this is really information I want to change, save it. Okay, if you do not click the Save Changes to Person, those changes won't save. Okay. Next part of the My Profile tab, the rest of the tabs are really pretty optional. We aren't doing anything with information about business or place of work, but it would be nice to set up some networking someday maybe or something. You can put that in if you want. You can add your birthday, your Hebrew birthday, your Ufuf dates, those kinds of things so we could, and eventually we will be able to use that to send you reminders about celebrating particular moments in your Jewish life. Right now, we, by default, we don't show birthdays or bar mitzvahs on any of our public information about members. Maybe someday we'll opt that in, but right now that's opted out for everybody. Okay. With all of these tabs, again, be sure you click Save Changes to Person if you make any changes, or we will not save those in the database.
All right, the next tab, or next tile you'll see is My Addresses. It's good to note you actually cannot change your address from your profile. You actually have to go to this address tile to change your address. So to do that, you will go to the tile, click Add New Address or Edit My Address if there's already one in there. And then this little screen will pop up and you can input your information or change the information if we already have an address, but it needs to be updated. And once you've done that, once again, make sure to click Save Changes to Address before you navigate away from the page. If you want to receive things like yahrzeit notices in the mail or your monthly, or not monthly, but your Truma statements in the mail, it's very important that you check your address and have it updated so that you'll receive mailings from us. Okay. The next tile is My Family. This is similar to the My Profile, except instead of filling out the information for yourself, you'll be filling it out for the other members of your family. So from here, if you click Add a Person, it will take you to a page that looks exactly like the My Profile page or My Personal Info page, except like I said, you'll be filling it out with their information instead of your own. You can add other adults to your household from here. You can add children to your household. You can edit your marital status. One thing to note as shown here, if you add another adult to your household, both adults can be heads of household, but only one adult can be the primary contact on the account. This mostly affects in mailings and whatnot, like whose name appears first. As far as email addresses go, like most notices will be sent to every email address on the account. But you can choose who shows up first. Next, so this is the page you'll get to if you click on Edit My Family instead of Add New Person. From the Adults tab, you'll be able to edit information about adults that are already added to your household. You can also switch who's the primary contact from that tab, but you cannot add a new adult from this page. You'll have to go back to the first page and click Add a Person. However, from the Children tab, you can actually add children from this tab. See over here. You can also edit information about children that you've already added. So you can put in, their their name, Hebrew name, birthday, etc. You can also add an email and a phone number for your child if they have their own account. And this would be useful in a case if, for example, they maybe want to sign up for an event on their own. They could do that and put in their own email address and then would receive a confirmation about it. It doesn't have to go through your email address. All right.
I can take this one if you want, Leanna, since Veronica's not here tonight.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So another important tile is the My Yard Sites tile. You can add yard sites to your account. We brought over some of these from MM2000. We found this was the buggiest piece of information to bring in. So we recommend everyone check the list of yard sites that they like to be informed about and make sure that they have all been imported and imported correctly. Okay, when you add the information to the account, you'll put in the name of the deceased. You can add their Hebrew name if you'd like that to be part of the record. And then you can put the English date on which they passed. Be sure to note whether it was before or after sundown, because that affects the Hebrew date, which will be automatically calculated below. It is okay to just put in the Hebrew date as well, but you'll need to indicate the after sunset once again, because that'll impact the English date. You can choose for each yard site whether you would like to be informed on the Hebrew date or on the English date for the observance. Some people tie the date of a family member's passing to a particular holiday, be that an English one or a Hebrew one, and so it's up to you when you want to receive notices. Just click the box to let us know. Okay. The rest of the information about burial and leap years is up to you. The synagogue has certain tradition that follows about leap years, but you can select your own if you want. Okay. And just like with your personal information, you have to click Create New Yard Site to save information about yard site that you're entering in. If you don't put that information, it will not be committed to the database. It will be lost. Okay. You can put in a little more information too on the next tab. I think we have a slide about the mourners tab. Yard sites, if you enter a yard site, it is automatically connected to you. You can also add, also add other mourners to the list. For example, if you want your brother to get a yard site notice, or if you want to include your spouse on the list, you could go ahead and put that information in. Notice that the automatically added information from the the original account, Jane Doe, is green because all the fields have been filled in. If you have not filled in a field correctly, the field will remain red. So that lets you know you didn't complete all of the information that you needed. Okay, and just like with the adding the yard site, you need to be sure to click Save Changes to the yard site when you edit it with new mourners or edit other information to be sure that information is saved.
It's also important to note, if you want to receive a notice, you have to add yourself as a mourner. All right, the next tile is subscriptions. As Andrea mentioned before, we haven't moved most of our mailings over to Shulcloud yet, so even if you subscribe to all of these, you might not receive anything for a bit, although we are hoping to, in the future, move more of our mailings over to Shulcloud. But from here, you can see all the different kinds of mailings that you might receive: announcements, events, forms, life cycles, etc. If you click on Edit down in the corner, you can choose not only if you want to subscribe or unsubscribe from any of these, but also how you receive these. So if there's some you want to receive via email and some you want to receive via paper mail, you can make that choice from the Edit button. Right.
Okay, and now we have what is the most exciting part about Shulcloud for a lot of people. We have a membership directory that has gone live. The membership directory lets you view anyone who is a member of Red Beit Tzedek and some basic contact information about them. You have to be logged in to see member information. So if you want to look someone up in the directory, you have to log into the website. Also, no one from the outside can see your contact information unless they are a member of Red Beit Tzedek who has an account in Shulcloud. Okay, we've set it up so that by default, you are part of the member directory. Your phone number, email address, your spouse's name or partner's name, if you have one, will show up alongside yours, and the first name of any children you have will show up as part of your directory account. You have the ability to edit all of these items. You have the ability to take yourself out of the directory. To do that, you're going to need to click on Edit My Account Info to change your settings. And there's a few other pieces of information you can include in your directory listing as well if you choose. So when you click on Edit My Account Settings, you can choose to hide it by clicking on the No Hide My Account from the directory. But you can adjust the information you want to display as well. At the bottom, there will be the ability for you to choose whether you want to show your phone, your email, your work email, and a few other attributes. And you can choose this for each person in your household. So for example, if you want to show your children's name and their email address because you're tired of organizing their play dates, you can do that. But you can, if you want to, your children's names not to appear at all, you can uncheck that box and allow that as well. Okay. Also, you can upload photos to your account. It's going to appear next to your name in the directory. We would recommend uploading a family photo since family information is displayed together. Plus, we just like to look at your kids, they're cute. So that's a recommendation we have.
Once again, make sure you save changes. All right, the next tile you have is the donate button. This tile takes you to the same page as the donate heading that you find on the home page. It's just another way to get to our online payments gateway. So from this tile, you can make a general donation, you can pay Truma, Second High, make a yard site donation, if you make a membership payment. You can put in your information where it says pay this amount. It says once, now, right now. This is where that drop-down menu to put in a recurring payment would show up. And then if you're making a donation, you can also choose to dedicate your payment in honor of, on behalf of, etc. to someone. And then if you click continue to payment, that's where you can choose to pay either by credit card or by e-check. And you also have the option of paying by one of those payment methods if you'd saved one to your account. The next tile is statements. You will only have statements on file if you have a balance on your account. If you do not have a balance, if you click on this tile, you'll just see a note that says no statements available. But if you do have statements on file, they will look like this. We'll tell you what your balance is, what all of the charges in that balance are, so Truma, Second High, and then the total amount will show up here. And then you can choose to pay off your balance from this page as well. If you check, these little check marks are what you're paying. So if you want to pay Truma but not Second High, just uncheck Second High, keep Truma checked, and then click continue to payment, and it will take you once again to our payment gateway where you can put in your payment information. All right, the next tile is my events. We are starting to do some event registration through Shulcloud. So if you register for one of our events, it will show up here. From this tile, you will see all the events that you've registered for. And even though this just looks like normal text, the name of the event is a clickable link and it will take you to that event's page on the website. You will only see events you've already registered for here. You can't register for new events from this tile. You'll have to do that through our calendar by searching for events. But you can see what you registered for. If you registered for something and you go to this tile and it's not showing up, that might mean that it wasn't properly processed. So if that happens, just send an email to the office and we can make sure that your registration went through.
All right, and that's an introduction to Shulcloud. We've gone through most of the functionality that's available to you right now. We encourage you to log in and experiment, and if you have any questions, you can certainly ask them right now, but you can also send questions to Leanna at office@roadfay.org or really any of the rest of us